Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip Board meeting. Today is June 19th, 2023, and we'll call this meeting in order at 7:30 p.m. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McLaughlin?
Here.
Trustee Murphy is absent. Trustee Navis Barza? Here. Trustee Parada?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, officer reports, starting with mine. Just to let everybody know, the department heads are starting to meet with the finance director, and we're working on our budgets at this time, so they're all presenting their budgets. I'm actually working on a template as well, too, just comparing what we spent last fiscal year versus what we may need this year for getting my template ready as well. Next, I did copy all the trustees in on an email that I sent out this morning to Seagrave regarding a new fire truck for the fire department and our dispute over an additional cost. They got back to me at about 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight, and we're going to meet on a Zoom call next Wednesday, the 28th at 3 p.m. If any of the trustees would like to be on the Zoom call, please let me know, and I'll share that information. I don't have an invite yet, but they're going to send me one. And last week, I met with the Condesa del Mar, and while we're hopeful, we don't have any real strong interest, but they are trying to market their property again over at Condesa, so we'll see when it happens. Roger, actually, I saw yesterday, I know we had some talk of a beef sandwich place coming to town. I saw the sign went up over the weekend. 111th and Cicero?
Yeah, we're still waiting for plans at this point, but Charlie is moving forward.
I've seen that name someplace before. Where are they at now?
They've got one out in Oak Brook, they've got one in Palos as of now.
And what's it called? Charlie's?
Charlie's,
Okay. At 111th and Cicero,
yes.
next to the Wendy's. Okay. Yeah, I know we talked about, no, I didn't see anything come across my desk, and I saw a sign go up over the weekend and stuff, yeah, so.
Drive by and see.
Yeah, nothing's going on. I mean, obviously, he's just letting his presence be known, I guess that's all. First on your agenda this evening, I wanted to just recognize a couple of celebratory dates that are going on right now. First was recognition of Juneteenth, today being Juneteenth. I'd like to read this into the record, and I'll give the clerk a copy of this. Juneteenth celebrates the end of slavery in the United States. It's also known as the Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Juneteenth Independence Day, and Black Independence Day. On June 19th, 1865, Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and announced the end of the Civil War and the end of slavery. Although the Emancipation Proclamation came 2.5 years earlier, on January 1st, 1863, many enslavers continued to hold enslaved black people captive after the announcement, and Juneteenth became a symbolic date of representing African American freedom. Juneteenth became a federal holiday on June 17, 2021. The first known official movement to make Juneteenth a federal holiday began in 1994. And the first congressional resolution recognizing Juneteenth Independence Day was introduced in the 105th Congress in 1997. The Senate and House of Representatives have since introduced these resolutions recognizing Juneteenth annually. This day in 2016, former President Barack Obama said just outside the Oval Office hangs a painting depicting the night of December 31st, 1862. In it, African-American men and women and children crowd around a single pocket watch, waiting for the clock to strike midnight and the Emancipation Proclamation to take effect. As the slaves huddle anxiously in a dimly lit room, we can sense how even 2 more minutes seems like an eternity to wait for one's freedom. But the slaves of Galveston, Texas, had to wait more than 2 years after Lincoln's decree to receive word that they were free at last. Today we commemorate the anniversary of a delayed but welcome news. Decades of collective action would follow as equally, and justice for African Americans advanced slowly, frustratingly, gradually, on our nation's journey toward a more perfect union. On this Juneteenth, we remember that struggle as we reflect on how far we've come as a country. Finally, Juneteenth is a time to recommit ourselves to the work that remains undone. We remember that even in the darkest hours, there is cause to hope for tomorrow's light. Today, no matter our race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, we recommit ourselves to working to a free modern-day slaves around the world and to honor in our own time the efforts of those who fought so hard to steer our country truer to our highest ideals. And also on the agenda this evening, I wanted to recognize Pride Month, being this month of June. Pride Month is a month typically in June dedicated to the celebration and commemoration of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender pride. I was reading an article last week and it said, there's 6 things pride is and 1 thing it isn't. Pride Month began after the Stonewall riots, a series of gay liberation protests in 1969. It has since spread outside the United States. Modern-day Pride Month both honors the movement of the LGBTQ plus rights and celebrates the culture. Pride Month also honors uprisings that predate Stonewall. While Stonewall is particularly highlighted in June, Pride honors a long history of uprisings led by LGBTQ plus people. A few uprisings to note was in 1959 was the Cooper Donuts riot in LA, California. 1965, a Dewey's Lunch counter sit-in over in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In 1966 was the Compton cafeteria riots in San Francisco. Pride is intersectional. In 2017, activists and community organizers in Philadelphia created a new LGBTQ plus flag with black and brown stripes to highlight the racism that still exists within the community and uplift the contributions of the LGBTQ plus people of color. In June 1999, U.S. President Bill Clinton declared the anniversary of the Stonewall riots every June in America as Gay and Lesbian Pride Month. In 2011, President Barack Obama expanded the officially recognized Pride Month to include the whole of the LGBTQ community. People who are not part of that community can celebrate and show their support of the LGBTQ plus community during Pride as well. One thing Pride isn't, Pride is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing commitment to advocate for the LGBTQ plus community, and while the community has made legislative and cultural gains, the struggle for equality is far from over in the United States and the world. People still face hate crimes, discrimination, and in some countries it's illegal to be LGBTQ plus. Please continue to educate yourself on the issues impacting this community, and we wish them well. And again, if you're a member of the LGBTQ plus community, obviously we wish you well this month and appreciate your contributions to the community. Thank you. Number 3 on your agenda, we had the approval of a resolution designating certain officers as principal signers and traders for the Illinois funds accounts held by the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois. And really all that this is doing is introducing our new finance director, Maria Alexichuk, as a signer on that account. And that's all I had this evening. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Sorry, the clerk had mentioned to me earlier, trustees, we don't meet again until July 10th because of the 4th of July holiday. July 3rd, we're open But we had, it was brought to my attention a little while ago, because we are open, would the board be willing, would the board agree to closing the office at 4:30 like we typically would any business day, so we're not holding people back till 8 o'clock at night and, going into a holiday? And if so, I'd like to get a consensus to find out if you're okay with that. Closing at 4:30.
Okay. Consensus to roll call number 1 for July 3rd, closing the office at 4 p.m. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McGlawhorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy is absent. Trustee Navas Barza.
Yes.
Trustee Peretta.
Yes.
You have your consensus.
Thank you very much, trustees. We'll go to our clerk's report. Clerk Carney.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the approval of the monthly motor fuel tax allotment in the amount of $68,847.86. The approval of the June 5th, 2023 board meeting minutes, the approval of the May 2023 FOIA report, and the presentation and approval of the June 12th, 2023 committee meeting minutes. And that is all I had, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Next, we have our attorney's report. We have Beth Adred with us. Beth?
No report this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Our engineer was excused this evening. And did anyone wish to make a public forum comment this evening? Nobody? All right. Then we'll go to our standing committee reports. We'll start with Finance and IT. Trustee McGlawhorn.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated June 16th, 2023, totaling $454,232.06. Next, I have a request for approval of a list of accounts payable dated June 19th, 2023. From the recap, lost my page. General Fund, $132,323.40. Road and Bridge, $41,552.54. MFT, $15,055.71. Liability and Workers' Comp, $41,037 even. Health Insurance, $3,571.48. Water and Sewer, $92,118.29. Sanitary Sewers, $1,755.99. Heritage Complexes, $78,612.41. IPRF Grant Expense, $8,662.50. Retiree Health Insurance, $92,337.74, for a grand total all funds of $507,027.06. And that's all I have this evening, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have the Fire Committee report. Trustee Murphy's not here, committee.
That would be Trustee
Trustee
Dalzell.
Dalzell.
Okay.
Nothing on this evening's agenda, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Then we'll go to the Police and Traffic Safety. Trustee Dalzell.
There too, nothing on the tonight's agenda. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. All right, thank you. Public Work and Boat Launch Committee.
That would be me. I have a request for approval of the Public Works May 2023 monthly activity report, and also just some updates. The 2022 Rebuild Illinois resurfacing program, all asphalt placement has been completed. Landscape restoration is starting today on the curbed streets. Stone shoulder and landscape restoration along non-curbed streets will be completed by the end of next week. And then also an update on Costner Avenue resurfacing from 123rd to 127th. The pre-final plans and specification have been submitted to IDOT earlier this month, and the project is still on schedule for the November 2023 state letting. Construction is slated to start spring of 2024, and this project is funded by 80% federal government and only 20% local matching funds. And that's all I have.
Superintendent Frater, did we ever get official word yet on anything on that Invest in Cook yet or not yet? Not yet. Okay, thank you. Thanks. And then we'll go to our sewer and water report. Trustee Navas Barza.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item I have is the presentation and approval of the Water Department May 2023 monthly activity report. The second item is the authorization to appropriate $5,000 through the lead service line inventory grant program for the purchase of gift cards to incentivize survey responses. And in the packet, Commissioner Triben included a sample survey that was also used by another municipality that conducted a survey. And it was in both English and Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. And there was an instructional video and a QR code for people to scan to complete the survey. Did anyone have any questions?
Dan, we said we're going to go with 50 $100 cards, right? And it was, even though it's through grant, we're allowed to do that and stuff. Thank you.
And then the last item I have is just an update from the engineer related to two projects. The first being the sanitary sewer cleaning and televising project. There was a first pass of cleaning and televising work in field that has been completed. The contractor is to submit televising footage later this week. It will take a few weeks to review the footage and generate a punch list. And the second project is cured in place pipelining project. Dye testing to determine live versus abandoned sanitary services to start next week, and relining of the sanitary sewers anticipated to start in early June. And if anyone has any questions, so please contact the engineer. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Building and Health, Trustee Capretta.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report this evening.
And just as a follow-up, also, we got a new employee today.
Oh, did she start today?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's building department, that's with you? Okay. How, everything great?
Worked out very well.
She's a very nice person. I met her this morning and stuff yet, so, okay,
She's catching on quick.
good. Anything else, Trustee Preda?
That'll do it, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Human Resource and Insurance Committee,
There is no report this evening, Mayor.
okay. Thank you. Special Committee Reports, Economic Development, Trustee Navas-Barza.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no items to be voted on this evening, but just asking about the progress on Pulaski, the two buildings that are being built. It seems like their TBK is going full force.
They're going full force.
Yep.
I was out there today, they were asking, with the exterior seating, they were looking to change that up a little bit from what they had originally planned. They're going to submit some asphalts for it. I don't have a great update for you on the fire water side at this time, but I will reach out to them and hopefully have something for you in the time.
Thank you.
They also broke ground, I saw over on 11th Street for the Bell Tire.
That is correct. They did
Okay.
close. Bell Tire did receive their MWRD, their IDOT, and they are breaking ground at this time.
I think I've been slammed all last week, but I know Wes is building that new house that we sold him the property on 120th place, 3725. How's that going?
They've got footings, foundation. They're starting verticals as of last week,
Okay,
so they're moving along quite well.
good. Do we get anything? Oh, and I heard the Plan Commission meeting went well the other night too.
Both cases passed last Wednesday.
Okay, so somebody's going to reopen the daycare, the old Mary Sears on LaPorte Street.
That is correct.
Okay, and then what was it?
They'll be coming back before you guys, and then also the 3820, 128. I was going to ask about bringing that up on the 10th, because they are looking to get that closing date moved up. They would prefer not to wait until the 17th and then come back to the 24th.
That's fine. And so this is the group from Tarp House, have other additional investors and so forth, but they're buying out Wigboldy. Wigboldy's, is it? Oh, I thought it was.
No, they haven't made anything public at this point.
Oh, I apologize. Okay.
This is on the opposite side of the street.
Oh, Roger, I apologize. I know we were talking about that. Okay, sorry about that.
This is just the trucking company that is looking to do on D's Plumbing. They went before planning and zoning to being in special use to do truck and trailer, truck repair.
I was confused on it because I thought the mapping looked like they was going just east of them.
It's on the opposite side of the street, but
Oh.
the other one has not gone through as of yet.
I apologize then. Okay, that's. I'm just saying, I feel for those folks. All that dust. Your car doesn't last 15 minutes when you get to work where all that dust flying over there and stuff and too from the stone yard, you know? Yeah, okay. All right, then we'll go to village properties. Trustee McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the presentation and approval of the Heritage May 2023 monthly activity report. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. Next, we have ordinance legislation. Trustee Peretta.
Thank you, Mayor. First on my agenda, I have a request for approval of a resolution of the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois, authorizing interventions in proceedings before the State of Illinois Property Tax Appeal Board. Second, I have a request for approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip approving Class 7C assessment status for the real estate located at 11458 South Cicero Avenue, PIN number 2421200500000 in the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Next is the Planning and Zoning and Licenses Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a request for approval of a list of licenses dated May 23rd, 2023 through June 9th of 2023. And that's all.
Okay, thank you. Did anyone have any presentations, petitions, or communications they want to share? I had one. I'd like to just share that with all the graduation parties going on right now, my wife and I have been invited to a few here in town. And one of the business owners here, we were invited one Saturday night over in Palos Heights where they live. And I tell you, nothing but compliments for all the village services. They all think the world of all your departments, water, public works, and a lot of them all have businesses here, that was my point. And police, fire, nothing but compliments from everybody there. And they all had a couple of these folks, I met with about 3 different folks that all have businesses back near Mayfield Street. And they just think the world of how everything's going. And Trustee Dalzell, I ran into Judge Sturba. He was at the thing too, and thought the world still of it. He was, man, I went by again, saw the state with the street sign with his dad's name out there, and very appreciative and asked me to thank you again for doing that. That was very nice. So next, did anyone wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? Then can I get a motion to establish the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 2 to establish consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McGlohorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy is absent. Trustee Nava-Esparza.
Yes.
Trustee Preda.
Yes.
Motion carries to establish consent agenda.
Thank you. Can I get a motion then to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All right, item A, approval of a resolution designating certain officers as principals, signers, and traders for the Illinois funds accounts held by the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois, will now be known as Resolution 2023-06-R-2. Item I, approval of a resolution of the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois, authorizing interventions in proceedings before the State of Illinois Property Tax Appeal Board, will now be known as Resolution 2023-06-R-3. And item J, approval of an ordinance of the Village of Alsip approving Class 7C assessment status for the real estate located at 11458 South Cicero Avenue, PIN number 24-21-200-050-0000 in the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois, will now be known as Ordinance 2023-06-3. Roll call number 3 to approve consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McGlohorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy is absent. Trustee Nava-Esparza.
Yes.
Trustee Peretta.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve consent agenda.
Thank you very much. Did anyone have any unfinished business they want to discuss? Any new business? Well, then can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We'll adjourn this meeting then. The time now is 8:01 p.m. And please enjoy the rest of your night. Next time we meet will be July 10th is our next board meeting. So enjoy the 4th of July holidays. Thank you.